So you want to grow on Instagram fast. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my tips and tricks on how to grow on Instagram extremely fast and organically. This is actually going to be an update video because I've made this video before last year, but a lot of things have changed in the Instagram algorithm in the past few months or so. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, jingle all my bells and buttons to get more videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you are new to this channel, my name is Janet. I'm an ex-Disney artist turned independent creator, and I've managed to grow my Instagram account to over 52K followers. If you're coming to this video trying to look for some quick tip or hack to grow to 100K followers overnight on Instagram, this is not the video for you. Because no matter what anyone tells you, you have to work extremely hard in order to grow your following on social media, no matter which social media it is. There isn't going to be some kind of magical hack that if only you knew, you would get to 1 million followers tomorrow. Especially if people are telling you to buy likes and followers, because it's not real and it will hurt your Instagram account in the long term. If you want real followers and real brand deals and real influence, then that's definitely something you shouldn't do. So my first tip to grow fast organically on Instagram is to use Instagram Reels. Unless you are using Instagram Reels, it's going to be very difficult for you to grow on Instagram. Instagram wants to promote more video content, being Reels, IGTV, and Stories. That being said, just posting Instagram Reels doesn't mean you're going to go viral and get followers overnight. It is still very possible for your Reels to fall flat. That leads me to my second tip to provide value with your content. Going back to what Instagram's goals are, Adam Mosseri basically said that Instagram wants to entertain.
The number one reason people say that they use Instagram in research is to be entertained.
So Instagram is changing their algorithm so that they are promoting entertaining content. This is very different from what Instagram kind of used to be. Before, when you provided value in some kind of way, in particular educational type content, that would make it so you can grow really fast on Instagram. But now that things are changing over to more entertainment type stuff, the phrase providing value has changed a little bit. Value now means getting eyes and attention. In a lot of ways, I actually think this is going to help a lot more people than it will hurt. Anyone who's starting Instagram for the first time isn't necessarily an expert at what you do. Providing value in the traditional way, telling people or teaching people how to do something, you might not know exactly how you do something. So it's hard to advise or teach anyone or give value in that way. But if you're trying to entertain someone, it has nothing to do with if you're an expert or not. All you have to do is make someone laugh, be relatable, grab someone's attention in some kind of shocking way. These are all things that anyone can improve upon. And everyone has the potential to be relatable. Everyone can relate to you, hopefully in some kind of way, shape, or form. Whether you are a fitness account, a fashion account, an art account, or a music account, there are ways to incorporate comedy and memes and relatability in something like Instagram Reels. This guarantees your Reels will eventually go viral or at least get a decent amount of views. Another one of Instagram's algorithm updates, they're going to start trying to serve you content that you didn't necessarily follow. For example, you'll be scrolling on your Instagram feed and you might see a post from someone you don't follow at all, but it's Instagram recommending you content. The reason why Instagram wants to do this is because their recommendation feature kind of sucks right now compared to TikTok and YouTube. How many of you are here on YouTube or are on TikTok and are constantly recommended things that you didn't even know you wanted because TikTok and YouTube know you that well? Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you've ever gone to Instagram's Explore page, Instagram kind of sucks at knowing what you like and want to see. And Instagram wants to improve that. That is actually really good for you because if you niche down your content and you get very specific about who you are speaking to and what your content is about, then you might actually be recommended to people who are interested in that kind of content without them having to find you in the search or in the Explore page or going viral or something like that. So Instagram is actually working on your ability to be discovered. And that brings me to my next tip. Hashtags don't really matter anymore. Previously, I recommended that people use all 30 hashtags available to them. And you want to research your hashtags so that you have small, medium, and large hashtags. Small being less than 10K, medium being around 100K or so, and large being in the millions. But Instagram's hashtags don't really work all that well anymore. The reason for this is because Instagram wants to be better at recommending people content. And a lot of people have abused hashtags so that their posts might have hashtags that have nothing to do with their posts. I'm not saying to not use hashtags altogether. I'm saying that hashtags need to be relevant to your post, because what Instagram's algorithm does, it basically can read and know exactly what your post is of. So let's say you take a picture of your cat. It knows that it is a picture of a cat, and it will send that picture of a cat to other cat lovers, people who would be really likely to like and engage with your picture of your cat. Hashtags work in much the same way, but as far as how many hashtags to use, what kind of hashtags to use, to put it in the first comment or whatever, I honestly believe that it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I would say try to use the full 30 maximum hashtags, but it seems like Instagram is relying less and less on hashtags. My next tip is how often you should post. I would say at least 3 times a week if you want to grow pretty darn fast. If you want to grow really fast, then I would recommend every single day. But I have a caveat here. I believe that in order to grow on Instagram, you have to post quality content. If you are not posting that kind of content, you shouldn't post at all. Instead of trying to post quantity over quality, you should aim for quality. The thing is, there is a limit to this. I'm not saying don't post unless something's finally good enough to post. I'm saying at least 3 times a week. Because I've noticed it is so easy for a lot of things to flop now on Instagram. The quality now needs to be really good. Either really funny, entertaining, or relatable. Another tip for this specifically is once you pick how many times a week you want to post, make sure that it is consistent. Because people, especially on Instagram, have really short memories. If they don't see from you in a while, then they're not going to remember who you are the next time you post. Or they might not even see your content because you haven't posted in a while. I now post 5 times a week instead of the full 7 times a week. I take weekends off, and I've noticed that on Mondays when I start posting again, I have lower engagement than I normally do if I posted all throughout the weekend. So note that every day you take off of Instagram, it's going to punish you and hurt you a little bit, but make sure it's sustainable for you and your mental health and your ability to post consistently. Some people go as far as posting 3 to 5 times a day, and that is really helpful to grow on Instagram really fast. But the thing is, you have to make sure that content is quality content. My next tip is engagement. When I first started Instagram, I knew that Instagram's algorithm was going to work against me. I had a new account in basically, I think 2018, 2019-ish. I wanted to go from 0 to 1,000 followers in a month and hopefully get to maybe 10,000 in a year. I was actually pretty successful in doing that. I went from 0 to 1,000 a month. I got to 10,000 in a year. I doubled it the next year, and now I doubled it again in 2021. But how did I do that? Well, I engaged on other people's posts. I spent a lot of time on Instagram making myself known. I would go to literally every single other person in my niche and comment on their post with a genuine comment, like, follow, that kind of thing. But be careful, if you do this too much, you probably will get shadow banned, and if you're not genuine about doing this, for example, follow for follows, like for likes, that kind of thing, that is not going to help you in the long run. But I knew that if Instagram is going to hide my posts, I need to do everything in my power to be seen. I don't need Instagram's algorithm to help me get followers. That brings me to Instagram Live. I now have access to Instagram badges and Instagram bonuses, which is basically Instagram's incentive program. Instagram is playing around with paying their creators, much like YouTube and TikTok, which is why YouTube and TikTok gets the most interesting content compared to Instagram. But the main reason why I wanted to experiment with Instagram Live is because of this community aspect, the engagement aspect. Engagement is the #1 thing that will help your Instagram grow. Instagram Live is another way to cater and engage with your audience. That is why Instagram is putting so much focus on Instagram Live and Instagram Reels. I've noticed Reels in particular has far higher engagement than a lot of my other posts, especially when I just post a carousel photo or something like that. If you make it a habit of going live on Instagram, it will reward you in the long run the more engaged your followers are with you on Instagram Live. For example, I noticed if you engage back with people who DM you, they're that much more likely to see your posts. If you would like to help me keep the lights on, cameras rolling, head over to honeynapkin.com to buy some merch. Check out these other videos next, and don't forget to dare to dream.